The following is a production of TeamBoydTV.com. The Black and Blue Podcast. We're rolling hard and we're heading to the house just to get a taste of the Carolina pride. We're rolling. 995, 77 South. We're rolling hard and we're heading to the house just to get a taste of the Carolina pride. We're rolling.
With the 14th pick in the 2013 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select star Lotulelei, defensive tackle, Utah.
What is going on, my people? What is going on, Panther Nation? It's your boy, Big Q, TeamBoydTV, the Black and Blue Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, today is the eve of the 2014 NFL Draft, man. How you guys feeling about that, man? I'm just saying, like, we are almost there. You know, the draft is like Christmas Day to NFL guys, man. NFL fans, man, we wait till draft day to see what we got. Let's see what you got. Let's see what my homeboy got. What did they get? You know, and this year, the draft seems like it is like going to be super exciting, man. A lot of crazy stuff been going on. We've seen high prospect dudes slip down people's charts and mock drafts and stuff. This has been quite interesting to see, and I've been enjoying it, man. And I cannot wait till tomorrow, 8 p.m. To see what goes on. You know, not just with my Carolina Panthers and everything, but just see what goes on in the NFL landscape as a whole, because the draft day is the day that is a fresh start for every NFL team, especially teams that, you know, were either had a bad year the year before, they were missing some pieces, some people may have gotten injured, some people may have went, you know, got suspended or, you know, got traded away, you know, with cap hits and during free agency. All that kind of stuff, man. And then you get this fresh new talent coming into the league, which is always awesome. It's always awesome. I can't say enough about draft day. And speaking of draft day, I finally got a chance to see Draft Day, the movie with Kevin Costner, man. I saw it last night. And you know, I don't want to spoil it for people who hadn't seen it yet, but the movie was fantastic. It gives you a little bit of an idea of what goes on draft day and the hubbub and all the high energy that goes on behind the scenes that we don't normally get to see during draft day. But man, the movie was so good, man. I cannot wait to see it again. I have to see it one more time. I do, because the movie was just that good. And it got a little sappy sometimes, and pretty much the movie, the way it plays out, you kind of know what's going to happen because of the way they set it up. It's so obvious and so clear. But anybody who's a fan of football flicks, man, this is one that you definitely got to see. This movie was really good. It was like one of the best football movies I've seen in a while. And I don't know if I'm saying that because it's a new movie, you know, because Friday Night Lights is still one of my favorites. You know, Remember the Titans, you know, Any Given Sunday. You know, I love all those movies, man. You know, with Draft Day, it was good. It had your boy Terry Crews was in the movie. Diddy played an agent in the movie. We had Kevin Costner. We had I forget what the girl's name was who was in the movie. I forget what her name was. Charlize Theron? No, I don't know what her name is. Whatever that girl's name is, she was in there. Leary, what his name is, you know, the guy, Leary, he was in, it was a lot of people in the movie. The commissioner made an appearance in the movie, which is great. You know, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And, you know, like I said, if you guys haven't seen it yet, go see Draft Day. You know what I mean? It was a good movie, man. Or however you see movies, because I didn't go to the movies to see it. You know what I mean? But, you know, hey, listen, like I was saying, man, we on the eve of Draft Day, man. We are on the eve of Draft Day, and everybody's so super excited, man. And, and for good reason, we spoke a little bit last week about my boy, Louis T and his mock drafts and stuff like that. I just saw his little video, The Myth, The Truth, and the video that he put up. I think it was last night, as a matter of fact. He gave TeamBoydTV and the Black and Blue Podcast a tremendous shout out. I loved it. It made me feel really, really good and that kind of thing. So it was awesome. I appreciate all the love, man. And everybody who's been coming over, via the Black and Blue Podcast, coming over to check out the YouTube, getting it going early. You know what I mean? Come over and subscribe. Go to TeamBoydTV Turbo on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe, because we have so much stuff that we got lined up for this football season. If you guys, the guys who have already been riding with TeamBoydTV for a while, you guys know how we do it. But we are planning to turn YouTube on its ear this season. We really are. You know, we have the long awaited, anticipated season 2, the return of Team Boyd TV Live, which was an experiment that me and my brother and one of my homeboys tried last summer. You know, it was a live show with 3 guys. Try to set it up, news style, debate style stuff. It was fantastic, man. We had a lot of fun doing it last summer. We started during the summer doing the divisional breakdowns, and it was fantastic, man. The audience participation was crazy. And I don't know if it was because, it was in the middle of the summer when people were kind of fiending for football, and we were kind of pretty much giving people football, even though there was no real football being played at the time. I don't know what it was, but either way, it worked, and it was awesome, and we had a lot of fun doing it. And then, once we saw how successful it was during the summer, we decided to go ahead and roll it in through the regular season. And we did it all season long, every week. We did the 4 biggest games on the schedule for that particular week. And it was fun, and seeing how people would people would get upset because we didn't pick their game. Well, it was a lot of fun. And what I'm saying? Like guys who haven't experienced it yet, what I would advise you guys to do is go over to Team Boyd TV Turbo right now on YouTube. Go to YouTube, go to Team Boyd TV Turbo, and check out Team Boyd TV Live, man. Just check out a couple episodes, and I'm telling you, you guys will enjoy it. And then we also returning for the 4th season, season 4. Of Team Boyd TV Game Time, man, which is the flagship show that started everything. It was me and my lovely wife Vernie, which Team Boyd TV, by the way, in case a lot of guys didn't understand this, Team Boyd TV is actually her idea. About 5 years ago, she was like, watching YouTube one day, and some guys were on there talking about football. She's like, we should do a football YouTube video thing. And I was like, what, man? I ain't doing no football stuff on YouTube, and that's crazy. You know what I mean? I thought YouTube, excuse me, I thought YouTube was for video games and stuff. You know what I mean? That's usually all you see on there is people playing video game stuff. And I was like, I don't know. But she was like, no, we should do it because we talk about football all the time. And it'll be nice for people to kind of see what we be talking about and whatnot. And so I was like, okay, here's the deal though. This is how it's going to play out. If we do a football show on YouTube, it cannot be like any other football thing that you see on YouTube. It has to be completely different. It has to be so far away from what everybody else is doing that, that it stands alone. And, what we came up with was Team Boyd TV Game Time, which, we went in and designed this virtual set and got the green screens and, and it came out so beautifully. And this has been so cool to do it. And we're going into our 4th season, and I'm so happy. And I'm proud of Vernie because, Vernie it's not a lot of ladies representing the NFL on YouTube and on internet media at all, for that matter. It's just not a lot of them. And it's a few. And hopefully this season, well, we tried last season to try to get a bunch of these ladies together because we're trying to do a female version of Team Boyd TV Live. And I think that's money. You know what I mean? I think that's money. And then, something that we going to try this season, which I think is going to be a lot of fun, man. On Sundays, we're going to do the Facebook. No, what do we name it? We named it the Team Boyd TV Facebook halftime show. So on Sundays, after the afternoon games, after the game goes off around, the late games go off at about 7:25. Around 7:30, we're going to pop onto Facebook, and we're going to have a live stream on Facebook. And just for 20 minutes, man, we're going to chop it up about the early games and stuff and what we expect from the late primetime game. Just have a little bit of fun and interact with you guys, on Facebook. It should be fun. I'm thinking in my mind, I always come up with these crazy ideas. But in my mind, I'm thinking that's going to be awesome. You know what I mean? For 15, 20 minutes, we hop on, interact with the people real quick, have a little bit of fun about things that happen during the day, speculate about what's going to happen later. Just have some fun with the fans, and it's going to be awesome. And so every Sunday we're going to try to do that, right, and see how that works out. And then there's also Team Boyd TV Top 10, which we're going to take the top 10 plays of the week. We're going to throw them up on YouTube on Saturday. It's going to be a cool little show that's hosted by me. It'll be awesome. It's going to be fun just to laugh and, the top 10 plays. And knowing me, they won't be the most, I don't think I want to do it as the most awesome plays. This is going to be just the top 10 plays that I thought should make the list. And they may be funny. They may be some really awesome, athletic plays. Who knows what goes on in my mind? You know what I mean? But so, and that's what we got going on, man. And then and the last thing, It's Team Boyd TV Pink, which may or may not be a weekly thing. I don't know exactly how we're going to plan it out. But, usually Team Boyd TV Pink is a show that Vernie does by herself. And she likes to tackle issues within the NFL. So anytime a big story comes out in the NFL, she likes to cover it, Barbara Walter style, you know what I mean? So, and so it may be a quarterly, show, or maybe every other week show, that kind of thing. So it depends on how the news filters out and stuff like that. But we always get big stories and stuff like that. So it's usually always pretty cool, and that kind of thing. So that's what we got planned for you guys, man. And then we also have the Black and Blue podcast. You know what I mean? We got the Black and Blue podcast going, and that's going to continue through the regular season, man. We may have to change the date and times on it a little bit, but it's a podcast, so it don't really matter. I can fit it in anywhere. It's fine. I like doing it live like I'm doing it right now. And that's always cool, but this is the time slot that we usually use for Team Boyd TV Live. So it won't be going on at 7:30 on Wednesday nights anymore. So once the regular season starts, this will be moved to a different time slot. And I like doing it live. And speaking of doing it live, I got to do this. I always got to do it. It's one of my obligations. Let me get my voice together. Here we go. So I'm sitting here talking about doing live podcasting and stuff like that, and I do that via Spreaker. Spreaker is the website that I use to do these live podcasts that I can share with you guys. And the cool thing about it, if you go and sign up and do Spreaker through the website, you can actually go in and add your own little songs and sound effects and things like that. They got a nice little online DJ console, so you don't have to have any expensive mixers or mics or anything. Well, you need to have a pretty decent mics, but but everything is online, so you don't really have to do much. You know what I mean? Because I talked to you guys last week and week before about the mobile version of it, which is awesome, by the way. Don't get it twisted. The mobile version is still gangsta, but the online version that you do on the computer, Mac or PC, doesn't matter. It's fantastic, man. Like, you can load all these sounds, sound effects. They got these this mixer DJ console, so you can control the volumes and all that kind of stuff. It is so fantastic. Can't say enough about Spreaker, man. I cannot say enough about Spreaker. Can't do it, because I love me some Spreaker, man. And speaking of Spreaker, you guys have been showing the Black and Blue podcast ridiculous amounts of love, and I gotta say, man, you guys surprise me every week. You do. We congratulated 2 individuals last week who went on TeamBoydTV.com and donated to the Team Boyd TV project, which was so completely awesome. And I thought that was a completely lucky thing, and I didn't really expect it. But then, lo and behold, we had 3 more individuals show up and donate to the Team Boyd TV. Look, you guys are something else. But you know what, though? It's cool because, that just shows me that you guys really appreciate the Black and Blue podcast. Y'all like it, and I like the fact that I can see you guys sharing the podcast. I can see you guys downloading, from iTunes, from iHeartRadio. Well, you can't download from iHeartRadio, but you're sharing it on iHeartRadio. You're downloading it from iTunes. You're downloading it from Spreaker. You're downloading it on Stitcher. It's on SoundCloud. You guys are checking it out on YouTube. You guys are something else, man. And I gotta give you guys a round of applause because you guys rock, man. You do. And I gotta let you guys know. Now, the 3 people that we got this week. Donald D. He's from Charlotte, North Carolina, so he's from around the way. I got to give you props, bro. Thanks a lot. And I think he is part of the Panthers for Life Facebook fan guy. I think I remember seeing his name pop up somewhere on there. But yeah, I appreciate it, bro. Look, fantastic stuff. You guys don't understand, man. Like I said, I'm only in my 8th episode of the Black and Blue podcast, and you guys are just showing it a tremendous amount of love. And then check out your boy Edward W. He, hey, dude, good stuff. You know what I mean? Look, you guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. And then the last one was David. What is it? David W. Okay, I don't like to say people's last name. I just like to do that. But yeah. So congratulations, man, and thank you guys for checking out TeamBoydTV.com and going and pressing that donate button, and and passing a little coin over because it helps support the show, man. Because what I'm saying, like it is a $20 a month to do this regular thing, and then of course I'm maintaining TeamBoydTV.com, and the more kickback that I get from you guys, the more I can do this, and honestly I want to do the Black and Blue podcast more than once a week, but for now, it is what it is, and I thank you guys for doing all that. Definitely appreciate it. Now, today on today's show, we're gonna talk a little bit about the draft. And I'm not gonna get into Carolina's number 28 pick. Because it's according to what a lot of people have been saying, it's like all over the place. You know what I mean? I want to sit back and watch what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? I got an idea of what I think is gonna happen with Carolina's number 28 pick, but I want to be surprised. You know what I'm saying? I want to be surprised. The main thing that I want to watch tomorrow in the draft is the first 6 picks. Because for whatever reason, I feel like and I don't know. Maybe I'm feeling this way because I just watched that movie. Watched that movie last night. It's got me jacked up a little bit. You know what I mean? But I'm kind of looking at the. I was looking at the movie and it was so much movement, in the movie. You know what I mean? Like people would, one team in particular made 2 trades. They traded this number 6 for number 1, then the number 1. Then he used number 1, then he traded. Yeah, so it was like 3. This one team made 3 trades, right? And I know that's kind of like far fetched. I don't think that's really gonna happen. We won't be doing stuff like that. The movie kind of exaggerated that part a little bit, but for the most part, I do feel like there's some movement going to be made by either Houston or St. Louis, possibly Tampa, and maybe Atlanta. And I'm looking at those teams because I feel like they're the ones, if anybody's going to make a move, try to trade up or whatever the case may be, or in Houston's case, maybe trade down. Those are the guys that are going to do it. Those guys and they got those first 6 picks, up in that, from pick 1 to pick maybe 8. It's always a chance that somebody may move around. And, and the big topic, man, everybody talking about Teddy Bridgewater and they're talking about, Teddy Bridgewater slipping down the chart, man. It's crazy stuff. I think it's funny, actually, because, it's so weird. I was watching, the show on not ESPN. Is it on ESPN? No, it was on NFL Network. It's because of a show called Caught in the Draft. It is really good. If you guys haven't seen it, you got to catch the reruns, man. It's like a 4-part series about influential drafts in the past. I think they did 1964, 1974, it must be a 5-part because it was 1964, 1974, 1984, 94, and 2004, which comes on tonight. And it's the one about Eli Manning and Phillip Rivers and Ben Roethlisberger. So it should be good. I cannot wait to see it. But anyway, been watching shows like that. And it was just weird that, we just don't realize that much stuff goes on draft day, man. There's a lot of stuff that be going on draft day that is just crazy to me. And to watch these people like Mel Kiper, what's his name, Mayock, and a bunch of other ones, man, Greg Herbstreit, these guys who they make or break or pretty much decide for NFL teams where guys should go. And then in this one particular episode of Caught in the Draft, man, and I can't remember who was Indianapolis. Yes, the Indianapolis general manager at the time. He was like, "Who in the hell is Mel Kiper?" Mel Kiper doesn't make picks. He hasn't never made a pick for a team. It's good stuff. You know what I mean? It's really good stuff for NFL fans, man. We absolutely love the draft, and a lot of people have been saying, voicing their opinion about the timing of the draft and where it is and how it used to be earlier in the spring, and now it's kind of like way down here in May and stuff, and I guess I got to throw my 2 cents in because I've seen things, I've read things, I've seen, heard people, say what they had to say. For me, I thought it was exciting because, back in the day, it used to be the Super Bowl was over in February sometime or late January, usually, February. And then, a couple weeks later, we went right into the combine. And then a couple weeks after that, we went right into the draft. And then it was a long time before OTA started. And then even a longer time before training camp started, and then even a longer time before we got the first preseason game. And to me, even though that was cool, like trying to get it kind of extended the end of the football season a little bit more, it was just a lull there, like where nothing was really happening that we could see, and then eventually, people start giving you, like HBO started doing the whole training camp documentaries and stuff, and it kind of gave us something to watch during the summer. But, I got to say, I like this. They moved it down a little bit because, you had the combine early, right? And it gives scouts, it gives GMs, it gives coaches way more time to check these prospects out to see what they're really about, and things. And like I said, maybe it's because I watched that movie last night, but it's stuff that don't show up on game film, that just pop up, stuff like, what happened to, what's my man's name who played the wide receiver out in Jacksonville. You got to check these dudes out, man. You know what I mean? Just because they're a stud on the football field and on game film, there's other stuff going on that you may need to check out. You got to dig a little deeper. You don't want to be blowing these high draft picks on these players that they don't pan out to be nothing. For me, I think it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I really, it didn't bother me that much, because it was always something to talk about. And the more they drug out the whole prospect time length, which I think I read today where they was thinking about, trying to push it back another couple weeks. I just think it gives us when I say us, I'm talking about us as fans, the scouts, the GMs, people like that. It gives them, a little bit more time to kind of make the right choice. Now, as much as we love when a high draft pick doesn't pan out, we love it unless it happens to our team. And then it's a problem, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, oh my God, what were we thinking about when we picked this dude? Let me get a drink of water real quick. Oh my goodness. Yeah, thirsty. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, we thoroughly enjoy when a pick turns out bad. You know what I mean? But unless it happens to us. And then it was like, oh my God. Like them Jets fans show up at Radio City Music Hall every year, man, throwing tantrums and whatnot. They are never satisfied with who they get ever. I think the only time I really saw them really celebrating was when Darrelle Revis came there. And it was like, oh yeah, it was awesome. I absolutely love draft day. And then there's always the drama of the group of guys that's sitting in the green in the green room and whatnot. And I'm laughing, but it ain't funny. You know what I'm saying? Because I was watching that show, Caught in the Draft, and they had Boomer Esiason sitting on there. And he had done went out there and visited Cincinnati, and they had spent all this time with the owner and with the GM. They told him that if he was for sure gonna go in the first round, this kind of and it was funny. I'm laughing about it now, but if I was that guy, I would have been upset too. But he stayed in that green room, man. He was in there all freaking day. And then they showed Brady Quinn, and then there was Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? Geno Smith. And it's like, it's always, they keep showing that shot every time a team goes up to the podium. I mean, every time the commissioner comes out and announces somebody, they always show, like, if they don't pick this guy, they always show him on the camera looking all dejected and what, and it's hilarious. It is hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're that guy, and then it's not funny. But, and that's why I'm surprised that they still are able to get so many of these prospects to come out to the Radio City Music Hall, because, I see a lot of them elect to stay at home. You know what I mean? And if it was me, I would stay at home unless I was somebody like Cam Newton, because Cam Newton, it was, he had to be there. You know what I mean? And I guess, that's the cool thing, to be able to walk out there on that stage and hold that jersey and, and hug the commissioner. It's an awesome thing. You know what I mean? It's like, you can't really you don't want to miss out on that. But then again, I think it's also kind of cool to be, around your family and friends at home and stuff. I just think it's a little weird that they come in, they put all them cameras and stuff in your house. It's a little weird, a little over the top. You know what I mean? It's a little over the top. But at the same time, I mean, draft day is always super exciting, man. It's super exciting. And throughout the show, I'll be playing clips from the last 3 drafts that we had. Man, I think I started off the show with the latest one, which was Star Lotulelei, which for the last couple of years, so the last 3 years or so, Carolina's been doing pretty good in the draft. You know what I mean? They've been doing all right. They've been doing pretty good ever since the Jimmy Clausen pick. You know what I mean? Like Jimmy Clausen, and that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, right? Jimmy Clausen, really? You know what I mean? Like, was he really the best player available? And I don't get into that. I'm not going to get into that debate, because there was a lot of dudes on YouTube and on the internet, talking about needs versus best player available, and that's a whole can of worms that I enjoy watching and taking part in consuming this type of stuff. But I'm not like one of them draft type dudes. I don't really dig into it like that. But I just think it's fun to check it out, though. You know what I mean? I think it's awesome. You know what I mean? So. Speaking of draft, before we move on and get into because what I want to talk to you guys about today, and I promised it from last week, I was talking about how me and my brother was talking about just had this conversation about Cam Newton and that kind of thing. So I pretty much was going to because I really wished I had recorded the conversation, because it was that good. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna try my best to paraphrase what went down and what we talked about, and because I was excited about it. You know what I mean? Like, that conversation got me all excited. But before we get into that, I do want to give some shout outs and I want to give some props to some of my boys, man. My boys, Carolina Cat Chronicles. You can catch them at CarolinaCatChronicles.com. My boy Tony Dunn and Anthony Riolano, they've been doing like a little draft special, and it's been pretty good. I actually saw Anthony show up on somebody else's live stream last week, and he actually held his own. He was in there with some divisional foes, other writers for the NFC South, and he was doing his thing, representing the Panthers all day. You know what I mean? It was good stuff. You know, I'm proud of my boy Anthony. He does his thing. But anyway, those guys decided they wanted to do a draft party online, you know, via Google Hangouts and whatnot, which I thought was an awesome idea. Now check it out. This is the way they got it set up, you know, because this is dope. The way they got it set up is, like let's say, you know, you're Tampa or whatever. I think Tampa got 6, I think. So you don't have to be part of the Hangouts the whole entire time. Basically, he want people to pop in, like, I don't know, I guess like before their team goes on the clock or maybe after their team goes. Just kind of, it doesn't really matter. You just pop in whenever you feel like it, chat a little bit, talk about some, how you felt about certain picks and so on and so forth. I thought it was an awesome idea, man. They're going to be starting it around 8. What I would suggest, if you guys really wanted to be on there early, to kind of meet everybody. Hey, look, I'll be there. So if you guys want to, come and hang out and talk to me, talk to my boy Glass from Get With It Sports, my brother JB, Anthony and Joey, they'll be there. Trying to get some other people in there, maybe, try to see if we can get Louis. But again, I don't know. It's just, it's going to be so many, like I said, if you guys want to kind of come and pop in and say what up to the fellas, man, we'll all be there. We'll be chopping it up, talking about the draft. And so the way you would do it is you would go to www.carolinacatchronicles.com. There'll be a link to the show there. And you can join the hangout from there. And that's how they're going to do it. It's going to be awesome, man. I think it's a pretty good idea. I like it a lot, And speaking of my homeboys, man, I don't give my man Glass from Get With It Sports enough props, man. That is my dude, man. On top of having his own YouTube channel that handles way more stuff than what we handle on Team Boy TV, they do baseball, basketball. They're in the middle of the NBA playoffs right now. Him and his boy Brandon, they doing their picks and stuff for each round and whatnot. Good stuff. Good debate between them two. It's awesome stuff. You know what I mean? They cover it, the firing of Mark Jackson and all that good stuff. Go check out Get With It Sports 2 on YouTube. See my boy Glass. That's, Glass and Brandon. And Glass is a friend of Team. I ain't gonna say he's a friend of Team Boy TV. He's a part of Team Boy TV. So, he's one of our boys. So, I always want people to try to support him too. Anybody that's part of the Team Boy TV program, I got to get props to all day long. You know what I mean? And then I also had some emails that I wanted to kind of, because people were sending me emails about stuff, and I wanted to kind of share a couple of them with you guys, but we really can't do it this week. So I guess I'll just save those for next week, since, it won't be a whole lot to talk about after the draft. I guess we can talk about, what we acquired and how I feel about it. But then we'll do those emails then, because people send me some really cool emails, and I appreciate it. If you guys want to send me a email, send it to Black and Blue Podcast at TeamBoydTV.com. That's BlackandBluePodcast at TeamBoydTV.com. And because I like to read. I mean, when y'all guys send me stuff, I like to kind of share it because it's cool. I like that kind of stuff. It's been this whole situation has just been fantastic. I'm enjoying doing this, and it's fun. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I missed before we go into our first break that I need to mention. Can't think of it on top of my head. Maybe it'll come to me later. We get into our first break, and here we go. Check this out, fellas. If you're looking to build your online presence to gain a larger audience, there's only so much that social media can do for you. Although social media is a powerful way to build a following, there's nothing like having your own hosted website, and that's where Domain.com comes in. Domain.com offers the very best in web hosting services, and with plans starting at just under $4 a month, it's super affordable as well. And now, because you guys are faithful followers of Team Boy TV's Black and Blue podcast, you can get yourself a sweet combo deal if you go to TeamBoydTV.com and click the Domain.com button. Once you click the button, you get redirected to the Domain.com promo page, where you sign up and use the promo code DOMFREE. That's DOMFREE. You get yourself a free domain. That's a free website that you can use to build your audience with. And Domain.com web hosting is packed with bonus features too. Check this out. All web hosting plans come with $100 Google AdWords bonus, $50 Yahoo/Bing search marketing credit, $50 in Facebook advertisement, and free yellowpages.com listen. And get this, a free toll-free phone number if you live in the United States. And if you're like me and you know absolutely nothing about website design, Domain.com even has the awesomely easy drag and drop site builder to get you up and running right away. So what are you waiting for? There's no excuse not to get your online presence rolling right now. Remember, go to TeamBoydTV.com, click the Domain.com button, and use the promo code DOMFREE, that's DOMFREE, to get your free domain to use for your website right now.
With the 9th pick in the 2012 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Luke Kuechly, linebacker, Boston College.
Podcast. All right, so listen, that was them showing us the we're talking about Luke Kuechly when he came and joined our squad, man. And I gotta say, man, Star, Luke, Cam, all really, really good picks, man, that came in and made an impact to our team immediately. I can't really say been mad about none of those picks, man. And I cannot wait till tomorrow. I cannot wait to see what Dave Gettleman does. Now, before we get started, I was looking on my Facebook, and because I was in one of the Panthers groups that I'm in, one of the guys was like, "Hey, where is the Fire Dave Gettleman mob right now?" Like, nobody is saying that. He's like crickets. He hasn't heard. And then, you know what? Dave Gettleman's approach was a little weird. He came out there and he kind of, and I guess it was one of them things where, you know what? Let's get the hard stuff over first. You know what I mean? So, and that's the way it was. So, I mean, like, and now everybody's coming around. They kind of understand. They see the plan unfolding, and nobody has a problem right now. Everything's great. You know what I mean? So, so, I can't wait to see what this dude cooks up for tomorrow. I just got a feeling that it's going to be something that is going to be, I don't know. I have no idea. But either way, I think we're going to have a lot of fun with the draft tomorrow. Either way, we're going to have a blast. As NFL fans, this is what we live for. It should be awesome. Now, what we wanted to get into today was a conversation that I had with my brother JB last week, or maybe it was the week before, because I did that Dave Sterling racist stuff last week. Yeah, so, I don't even know how we got into the conversation. I don't know how we because we talk about football all the time. And I think he called me, we were discussing things that he could do for his podcast, because, we're trying to get his podcast launched and everything. And I don't know how we came to the Carolina Panthers or whatever. I don't know how we got on the subject. But, one of the things that, we were saying was, like, I was saying how, a lot of people are talking about Cam's injury and, and that kind of thing. And what they really don't realize is that, Cam has been playing with his injury since he came into the NFL, and why we keep calling it an injury? It's not really an injury. It was bone spurs and stuff like that. Like, it was just something that was kind of a little janky with his ankle, and we saw him put up phenomenal numbers in his rookie campaign. In his rookie debut, man, this dude was just phenomenal. I had the stats in front of me when I started this, but I restarted my computer, and I don't have them anymore. But, like, the amount of rushing touchdowns and yards rushing was ridiculous for this guy. You know what I mean? They kind of slowed him down a little bit in the second sophomore season. Kind of slowed him down a little bit, but he became more of a pocket passer, and he kind of showed what he can do from the pocket, deadly from the pocket. You know what I mean? Can run and skip and spin with the best of them, but deadly from the pocket. Don't get it twisted. Now, Cam Newton is the truth. You know what I'm saying? But it kind of slowed him down a little bit in season 2. Came back last season. It was a mix of both. It was like we saw a little read option. We saw a lot of pocket passing. We saw a lot of deep throws. We saw a lot of intermediate stuff. Dude was fantastic. So this is what JB, he threw this at me, and and I didn't know how to respond to this at first. He was like, "Hey, listen, with all this salary cap situation that you guys got, y'all dealing with, that everybody seems to be making such a big deal about. Why do you think?" Why am I saying D'Angelo? Why do you think that Jonathan Stewart is still on the roster? And I was like, you know what? That's been puzzling me ever since free agency opened up, because they, everybody was like, he was like, yeah, go ahead. You guys want to test free agency? Do it. Told Ginn and LaFell, and I don't know why I can't think of his wide receivers' names no more. Ginn, LaFell. What was the other one? Who was the other one? Ginn, LaFell. I'm drawing a blank. I can't remember who it was. I don't know. I can't remember it was Steve Smith, but whatever. The Steve Smith situation was different. And they want to go out there. They wanted more money. Look, they used Carolina to bring their get their names out there, man. And when the system they were playing in had them boys looking fantastic. And I ain't gonna sit here and be that guy. I'm not gonna be that guy. Okay. I'm not gonna be like, I hope Ted Ginn Jr. break his, like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna wish no ill will. I won't see Ted Ginn do his thing, whatever the case may be. But the thing I want to say though is this, in the system that they were playing in, I don't know if they're going to go into a different system or if they're going to have the same kind of success. That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Like, don't be trying to say, hey, Q, sitting up there hating on Brandon LaFell. No, I'm not hating on Brandon LaFell. I just hope that he can, because he kind of, got a little bit of, value to him from playing in Carolina, under Ron Rivera's system and that kind of thing. So hopefully, wherever, he can continue that. I'm hoping. But the thing is, he was like, yo, so you still got Jonathan Stewart sitting there, using up a lot of your cap space. Like, it's got to be, and is Dave Gettleman even aware of this? I mean, I'm pretty sure he know. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he know. So why is he there? And I'm thinking, well, I don't know. I've been trying to figure that one out, especially since, everybody was making such a big deal about this whole Steve Smith thing. It took over the news and it overshadowed a lot of stuff that a lot of people weren't paying attention to. Right. So, it was kind of odd. Free agency kicks off. Cam goes out of the country. He goes to Costa Rica. You know what I mean? And then when he comes back to have his surgery. All this other stuff is going on, right? Because this is what I'm thinking. This is what me and JB was talking about. This is a plan from as soon as the season was over, as soon as we lost at Bank of America in that playoff game to the 49ers. Oh my God. So yeah, as soon as that was over, the plan was in motion. It was to be executed immediately. So, we waited on the free agency to open up. Get him into those guys weren't going to stay because he told them straight up, I'm not going to pay you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't want to kind of fit into because we got cap problems and stuff. If you guys don't want to stick around, do what you got to do. And they did, right? You know what I mean? So now we look at what we have. So they brought in these guys that are kind of pretty much mirror images of the dudes that left. In some situations, if you look at the statistics, if you look at the stat sheet, so, in some certain areas, our new guys are better. I covered it in depth in one of the Black and Blue podcast episodes. Go back and check it out. And so we okay because everybody want to say, because that's all I see people saying, your wide receivers. You guys have no wide receivers. If we don't have any wide receivers, who is Taquan Underwood? Who is Jason Avant? Who is Jericho? Who are these guys? If we don't have anybody, and you still got young guys, you got McNutt and. Go to the other guy's name. But look, the wide receiver situation is good. Okay. It's all right. It's enough to get us through the season. And it's enough talent in the wide receiver situation to get us through the season. And I'm talking about getting us through the season enough to either replicate or make the next step, in the postseason. Okay. I'm saying it early. You know what I mean? I'm saying it early. I don't see a deficiency. Look, the deficiencies come in other places like the offensive line, and, stuff like that. The secondary, the defensive secondary, special teams, it's needs all over the place when it comes to that kind of stuff. But the wide receiver situation, I'm telling you, is good. Even if we end up getting, some third or fourth round wide receiver to come help out, which we probably will. We're going to be okay regardless. You know what I mean? You don't bring in Cotchery and Avant and Underwood to sit on the bench behind some rookie. It don't happen that way. So if you guys thinking that some rookie wide receiver going to come into Carolina and shut one of those guys down, you're crazy. You know what I mean? Don't forget about the free agent from Baltimore they brought in too. So, come on, man. Let's get off that wide receiver stuff. Let's let it go. You know what I mean? Now, back to what we got in the backfield. You got Jonathan Stewart, you got D'Angelo Williams, and you got Mike Tolbert. You see Mike Tolbert is still around. Why is Mike Tolbert still here? Why? And if we were strapped for cash so much, and I understand that some of these dudes, like I think it was Thomas Davis or Charles Johnson, one of those guys restructured that gave up a lot of cash to stay here. You know, see, this is the things that you guys are not really paying attention to. These guys gave up all this money to stay in Carolina, you know, because, you know, they could have left and maybe not got as much as they wanted, but they probably could have got more than what they gave up to stay here. But why did they stay here? Why is Stewart still on the roster? Why did they sign, you know, Tober for, you know, extend him? Why would do these things? You know why they're doing these things, and I'm gonna tell you why they're doing these things. They're doing these things because they're going back to the basics. Because you think about it, right? It's 2011 all over again. You know, Cam Newton's going to miss most of the offseason because he's recovering from, you know, his surgery and stuff. He's not going to be able to go out there and spend a whole lot of time with his boys in training camp and mini camp and stuff like that. You know, he just can't do it because he's going to be recovering, going to be in walking boots, stuff like that. And maybe, you know, I've heard different things. I heard some people say his recovery is behind schedules, like Tampa Bay Buccaneers dudes running their mouth talking about, you know, that he's healing slow and he's not going to be back in time. Psh, whatever, man. If he didn't think he was going to be back in time, he would have went and had that surgery earlier. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear that nonsense. But, you know, and other people saying that he's ahead of schedule and he may make it to training camp. Whatever, you know, either way, that's not the plan. The plan is, you know, that he would probably be back and ready to go a couple weeks before the season started. Maybe, you know, during the first, I mean, maybe it's like the second preseason game or something like that. That's the plan. And also the plan is go back to what brought us to the dance. What brought Carolina Panthers to the dance? What brought Cam Newton to the dance? That read option, man. That read option is deadly when it's executed properly. Ain't nobody does it better than Cam Newton. I mean, you got your Colin Kaepernicks and you got your RG3s out there, man. And you even, you know, they don't do it very well, but the Seattle Seahawks they throw it out there every once in a while too. But nobody, and I mean nobody, does it like Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers, okay? As a proven fact, go and look at the stats. Go back to the 2011-2012 season, and you look at the numbers. Nobody ran that read option to as much effectiveness as the Carolina Panthers and Cam Newton. Bar none. They were just the best at it. And, you know, and it was all, this whole thing has been a plot and a scheme to get us to next season, right? So like this season is going to be good, but next season is going to be better when we are free of all our cap woes and stuff like that, and we can actually put together the team that Dave Gettleman really wants. Trust me when I tell you, 2014 is going to be a season to remember. You know, a lot of people are running around on YouTube and on Twitter and on Facebook and everywhere else talking about, oh my God, Carolina Panthers are going to go from first to worst, this, that, and the third. I wouldn't hold my breath. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying this because I'm a Carolina Panthers fan. I'm saying this because I'm looking, oh, look, we got some chat here. What's this? Get with the sports. Oh, what's going on? That's my boy Glass. You know, but here's the this is what he says. He says, good stuff, Big Q. I don't think the Panthers organization appreciates you putting their game plan out. Yo, that's funny, dude. No. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get people to understand what's going on here. You know, a lot of people are kind of looking at things that, you know, these are distractions. These little things that kind of keep you from seeing the real plan unfold. You know what I mean? So where everybody was harping on all the wide receivers that are gone and the fact that, you know, our best offensive lineman retired and we lost a couple other ones, you know, and this kind of thing, nobody realized that Tolbert is still around. Stewart is still around. You know what I mean? We brought in some quality wide receivers. I ain't saying these guys are like Hall of Fame, first ballot guys and nothing like that, but they have enough talent to get the job done. And I'm telling you, they're not worse than the guys that we had last year. And the guys that we had last year, man, all y'all guys did was sit there and talk about how those dudes can't catch, can't hold on to the ball, had rocks for hands and stuff, alligator arms. I heard everything about how bad the Carolina Panthers wide receivers were. We upgraded a little bit. It's not like a huge upgrade, but it's a little bit of an upgrade. It's enough to get us through the 2014 season. And for everybody who thought that Carolina was going to go from first to worst, you guys don't get your bubble burst because it ain't going down like that. You know what I mean? And, you know, we won 12 games last season. That was super, completely unexpected. And me, as probably the biggest Carolina Panthers fans that anybody knows, I said they would win 10. They got 2 more than I actually predicted that they were going to get. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm just saying, calm down, people, because this read option is coming back, and it's coming back with a vengeance. And, you know, and for some of us, you know, because I know, remember at the end of the 2012 season, Right? Everybody's like, oh my God, because Cam is getting like stuffed up every time he try to, do that read option stuff. It's too much read option. It's, everybody know about the read option. You know what I mean? And it was like, we need to go away from the read option. You know what I mean? We went away from the read option and, we had a pretty decent success last season by going away from the read option. But trust me when I tell you, the strength in the Carolina Panthers offense, and that's what a deficiency was. If you think about the numbers, Carolina's defense was like completely destroying everything, right? Top of the rankings every single week, right? All the way to the very end. But what was that offense? I think we finished at number 29 or something like that. Somewhere near the bottom. It was pathetic. How do you win 12 games, 10 in a row, with the number 30 or 29 offense? You know what I mean? Where was the Carolina Panthers offense? Where was all these numbers and these records and stuff that Cam Newton broke in his rookie campaign? What was going on? I'm going to tell you what was going on. If you guys ain't figured it out by now. The read option was not there. It was non-existent. It didn't, we didn't have that extra weapon. If you have Cam Newton on your roster as your quarterback and you're not running the read option, you're going to be ranked number 29 offensively. That's just the way it's going to be. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. And so at the end of all things, you know what I mean? Everybody's talking about, the NFC South hasn't had a back-to-back champion ever, right? Cam Newton likes to break records. He likes to set records, I think we're going to see it in 2014. Carolina Panthers, your NFC South division champions, one more time. You know what I mean? Not to take nothing away from the rest of the teams in the division, because I have respect for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, especially because I feel like they are going to be a problem. The New Orleans Saints have always been a formidable opponent. Every single year. It's always been that way. I would never say, oh my God, the Saints suck. I would never do that. Falcons, on the other hand, they kind of suck. You know what I mean? They kind of do. I'm just saying, and when I was saying this last season during the offseason, everybody looked at me like I was crazy. Oh no, not the number 3 ranked offense in the league. Julio Jones, this, that, and man, please. You know what I mean? Please. And we're talking about, look, let me stop because you know what, they did have some injuries that it was rough for them last season. It was, you know what I mean? It was pretty bad. But even the year before that, when Cam was struggling and whatnot, and they had everybody healthy and they was putting up all these crazy ass numbers, we still beat them. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just one of them things, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for tomorrow night to see what additions we make to the team. I'm excited because I know, and I have this feeling in my gut that we're going to see the real Cam Newton emerge. And you never know. And I'm just going to throw this out there. This is just me being a little goofy right here. But since Jimmy Clausen ain't around no more, to really send the point home, I wouldn't be surprised if Cam Newton come out with the number 2 on instead of the number 1. But I know he could, he's been in the league for 3 years with the number 1, and it's a lot of jerseys, so on and so forth. But I would love to see Cam Newton come out with number 2 and just explode. You know what I mean? It would be such an awesome sight to see. You know what I mean? And I'm excited for the season, man. And I know we got some foes on the schedule this year that we haven't played in a while. But it's good stuff. It's good stuff because almost every game has meaning. A lot of the players that we lost are playing on the teams that we're going to be facing this season. Like the Vikings, like the Bears, the Baltimore Ravens. So we're going to be seeing these guys. You know what I mean? So it's going to be good stuff. This season is going to be a season to remember, and I definitely gonna have a lot of fun watching this now. We're going to take one more break and then we'll come back and we'll wrap the show up, shout out a few more people, and see what's going on. We're just going to take this last break and, we'll be right back. What up, football fans? You want to stay up on the latest of TeamBoydTV happenings? Like us on our Facebook page at TeamBoydTV on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter at TeamBoydTV and at VernieB73. You can also check out our YouTube page at TeamBoydTV Turbo, where there's live events, videos, among other things. You can also keep up with the latest happenings, live chats, question and answer sessions on Google Plus at TeamBoydTV. Thank you once again for watching TeamBoydTV.
Yo, JB from TeamBoydTV, co-host of Team Boyd TV Live every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we'll be discussing updates, breakdowns, and just about everything NFL. Hosted by yours truly, Big Q, co-hosted by me, JB, and my boy Glass from Get With It Sports. If for some reason you missed the show, still haven't had your fill, visit TeamBoydTV.com.
With the first pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Cam Newton, quarterback, Auburn.
The Black and Blue Podcast. All right, fellas. This has been a blast. I have had so much fun in here this evening with you guys. And it's just been one of them things, man, where, we sit there and we chop it up. That's one thing I love about the NFL, man. You guys are just like amazing. You know what I mean? Like, I've been having so much fun, doing this Black and Blue podcast, and it seemed like, you know what, and it really do seem like you guys are showing your appreciation. Like I said, if you guys really want to show your support, man, if you listen to us on iTunes, man, rate the podcast, because you're downloading and stuff. I see the numbers. I know you guys are downloading the podcast. It's awesome, But if you guys can rate the show, get us pushed up on that chart a little bit. If you guys are watching, listen to us on Stitcher, rate the show, man. Just give us a thumbs up on the little app if you're using it on your phone and whatnot. If you guys are listening to it on Spreaker, man, leave a little comment in the little comment box and, rate the show and that kind of thing. If you guys really, like I said, if you guys really go over to YouTube, Team Boyd TV Turbo on YouTube, man, subscribe to the channel. We get busy over there. And I'm telling you, and it's for people who listen to the show right now, tonight, you guys are going to be in for a surprise. I got something special for two special individuals tonight on YouTube. So that's going to be something to see. You know what I mean? That's going to be something to really get into. And the last thing, this thing I forgot, this was in my show notes and I didn't even look at it. So we got to do this read for Stitcher. It says, you can hear Team Boyd TV presents the Black and Blue podcast on Stitcher. Stitcher is radio on demand. You download the free app today. You can listen anytime, anywhere. Stitcher is an award-winning free app that lets you listen to all your favorite shows, plus discover 20,000 news, entertainment, and sports shows. Create custom playlists with over 20,000 shows to discover. Rate and review the Team Boyd TV presents the Black and Blue podcast on Stitcher, available on iOS, that's iPhone and iPad, Android, that's on your Samsung and, your Android stuff and the tablets and whatnot, Nook and iPad. And over 4 million car dashboards. That's one thing y'all guys don't realize, that, a lot of these new cars got the Stitcher app built right in. So you ain't even got to have your phone and nothing like that. You just push the button, boom, Black and Blue podcast all in your speakers. You know what I mean? On demand, on the go. No download, no syncing, no wasted money. Stream your favorite podcast. If you don't have Stitcher, download it free today from Stitcher.com or from the App Store. Hey, listen, I want to thank you guys for joining me today on the Black and Blue podcast, and it has been fantastic. I love doing this. And you guys, man, you guys are something else. You guys are something else. And I absolutely love it. And so I don't know what we're going to do next week. Like I said, next week we probably will be talking about what happened during the draft and stuff like that, and it should be pretty cool. But remember, tomorrow night, CarolinaCatChronicles.com. Starts at 8 p.m. Get there early. Get into the Google Hangouts with my boys. They put it down. Follow me on Twitter at TeamBoydTV.com. Man, at TeamBoydTV. Check us out on TeamBoydTV.com. That's the music, man. I'm out of here. Y'all take it easy. Peace.
We're rolling hard and we're heading to the house just to get a taste of the